What's happening, Sacramento? Thank you very much. Welcome to the haunted UFC card. Give it up for Vanessa and Chrissy. Joe Silva, best matchmaker on the planet. Dana White. Without him, none of this would be possible. Burt Watson, babysitter to the stars. The bantamweight title, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to kick things off in the lightweight division. Chris Wade versus Kane Carrizosa. And Chris Wade. The next fight takes place in the heavyweight division. Ron Potts versus Anthony Hamilton. His opponent, Ron Potts. Division, Lorenz Larkin versus Derek Brunson. Larkin. And Lorenz Larkin, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we move on to the main card, live on pay-per-view. All of the 5 winners on tomorrow's pay-per-view card will win a brand new 2015 Harley-Davidson motorcycle. And we begin in the lightweight division. Yancy Medeiros versus Damon Jackson. His opponent, Yancy Medeiros. So Yancy has a half a pound to lose. Damon Jackson and Yancy Medeiros, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight also takes place in the lightweight division. Ramsey, Najim, and Diego Ferreira. 155 and a half. And his opponent, Ramsey Najam. $156 and a half. Still 156 and a half. To cut 1/4 of a pound, ladies and gentlemen. Diego Ferreira and Ramsey Najam, ladies and gentlemen. The next fight takes place in the women's bantamweight division. Betchik O'Hara versus Shayna Baszler. versus Danny Last Call Castillo. From Mr. Castillo. And his opponent, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. Castillo and Tony Ferguson, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we move on to the main event of the evening, the Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing the challenger, Joe Soto. right, I'm here with the challenger, Joe Soto. Joe, you woke up this morning, you were on the undercard with a completely different opponent. Now, due to unknown circumstances, you're fighting for the title. What was the first thing that ran through your mind when the offer came to you?
I better lose this pound that I have to lose, because I was going to make 36, so I lost a pound, and I'm ready to go.
So your first concern was just losing that pound. Yeah. You lost that pound. Now, what are your thoughts about fighting TJ for the title? Obviously, your goal long-term was to fight for the title, but to have it come up like this, what's running through your mind right now?
It's unreal right now, but, you know, I've trained for this. This is what I train for all day, every day. So I'm just ready to go out there and give the fans a good show.
All right, good luck to you, sir. Joe Soto, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with the champion, Sacramento Zone, TJ Dillashaw. TJ, you had the most spectacular performance of 2014 so far with your dethroning of Renan Barão. You were looking forward to doing it again tonight. What went through your mind when they told you that Renan was out?
He's scared. You know, he don't want it. His coaches wanted the rematch more than he did. He's never missed weight before. It's kind of funny that he wants to do it now. So
Joe Soto steps up. What was your thought when they came to you and they said, Renan's out? Would you face Joe Soto for the title? What went through your mind?
You know, I'm company man. I got to fight whoever they put in front of me. I'm a champion of the world. I want to beat anybody, and especially in front of Sacramento. I want Sacramento to be here, cheering me on, getting into this fight. Let's have some fun tomorrow, and I want you guys to be loud.
I'm looking forward to it. Good luck to you, sir. The champ, ladies and gentlemen, TJ Dillashaw. We'll see you all tomorrow night.